Hi guys, so it's Scarlett from the Corset Authority doing another review of a corset I recently received. This is the mcc37, I believe, from Mystic City. It is the one with the sweetheart underbust shape. I received this corset from a friend of mine who was unable to wear it. She was in so much pain wearing it at a very light reduction that she didn't even want to see this corset anymore, so she sent it on to me, and here's going to be my review of it. So I've worn it only a couple times since I've got it. When I first put it on and I was really excited, you know, everyone gets excited over a new corset. I wore it for a little bit, not very long, then I wore it to work, and it was a short day. I was only there for a few hours, and the minute I got home I took it off, which is not normal for me. I'm normally laced in about 22 hours out of the day. I do wear corsets to sleep. I'll take them off to shower and maybe like relax before I put on my sleeping corset. So I normally don't come home and just pop off my corset, but I had to with this one. I did not want to be in it any longer. In my friend's review, she had noted that there was some wrinkling at the hips, which she thought was perhaps because she wasn't lacing down very far because she was very uncomfortable, and, you know, maybe the fabric just hadn't, you know, smoothed out around her hips. So I have this corset laced down as far as I can comfortably, which you will see is not very far at all. There's about maybe 2-inch gap, give or take. A little bit more than that, actually. There's a really big gap here. And this is, tripped over my chair. This is as far as I can lace down comfortably. But it still has a relatively good shape. Normally 18-inch corsets, I can just close them. But this one, I'm really not able to. It's really quite uncomfortable, actually. I have hot points here, here, in the back, here, and like right here. Really painful, can't stand it. Also, you will note there is still wrinkling in the hips despite the fact that it is flush with my hips. There's wrinkling in the bone channel here, and here. There's a really big wrinkle, and it's on, not as bad on this side, but it's still here, and the channels are wrinkled here. I should not be able to pinch this channel and like pull it around. So on further inspection of these channels, you see it's approximately 1/2 inch thick. The bone, however, is 1/4 inch thick. I could put 2 of these bones inside the hip here. It is way too big. And that is how it is on every single bone all the way across this corset. They are too big for the bones. This is actually twisting out, and I have never seen that. Usually I see it, you know, the lacing bones won't be very tight and they'll twist out. I've never seen it on the actual corset. So here is some twisting, and it is standing straight out. I don't understand why the bones don't fit in the channels. If you know you have 1/4 inch thick bones, your channel should be stitched appropriately. However, as you can clearly see, it is not stitched appropriately. So I'm going to unlace real quick and show you something I found to be ridiculous, for lack of a better word, really. And this is like the hardest corset to get in and out of. I don't know why, but lacing it is like so difficult. I think it might have something to do with the extra X's in the modesty panel. So, taking this off right now, instantly I have severe pain right here. Really, really bad pain right there. I don't understand that. So here is, sorry, my camera's not very good. There's a wrinkle stitched into the fabric, which, if you know anything about sewing, you will know that it's impossible for that to be an accident, because you would see the wrinkle coming and you'd have to deliberately ignore it and continue to stitch through. So that explains the wrinkling in there. It's just carelessness. Unfortunately, their exchange policy is 14 days. after purchase, and since I am the second owner of this, there's nothing I can do. I also want to note you have 14 days to send it back to be examined to find out if there's actually a problem, which I don't understand. But anyway, so I'm unable to exchange this, Pia cannot get her money back, we can't do anything, we're both stuck with this corset that I don't know that I can wear. I am in so much pain trying to wear it, the bones are messed up, the channels are messed up, there's wrinkling, it is just, there are so many problems with this corset, it's embarrassing. I have not yet opened it up to see if the bones are tipped, but feeling it, I don't think they are. I don't even feel tape on it. I would be happy to open this up and feel tape, but I don't feel tape, I don't feel metal tips on the flats, I don't feel silicone, whereas with Orchard, they tip their bones in silicone, and you can feel the ends are kind of bubbly because, you know, that they're thicker. I don't feel that when I'm rubbing in here, I don't feel anything tipping it. It kind of feels rough right here, so probably if I were to continue wearing it, it would rip out right here, which I think is highly problematic. All in all, while it's a pretty corset, I wouldn't spend money on it personally. So that is my personal view, and mixing these defects with all of the other reviews I've heard and things I've seen with Mystic, and the fact that you only have 14 days to discover something wrong with it, which means if your bone rips out after 14 days of wearing it, tough luck. If after seasoning it you start to discover construction problems, like 14 days exchange period is kind of I think it's kind of way too short. With corsets, there's a lot of things that can be discovered down the line, and the unflexibility with it, I think, is really unfair. It's not like certain situations it could be a user error, and therefore does not need to be acknowledged. I know that like if it were like 30 days after you bought this corset, you ripped it, that's your fault. But certain things, like the wrinkles are not my fault. I did not sew them in there, and yet, despite the fact that it was clearly the factory that did it, there's nothing that can be done. And I find that to be extremely unfair. I mean, what if I had purchased this as a gift for somebody, and they didn't open it within 15 days of me purchasing it, and discovered, oh, there's something wrong with it? Tough titty, pretty much. So, overall, I am displeased with this corset. I probably will not be wearing it. I don't even know what to do with it at this point. One of my friends was saying take it apart and use it to make a pattern because the shape is overall nice, but the construction sucks, and so I might do that. I don't really know yet. So that is my opinion on this Mystic City corset that I received. Pretty much just is like a giant period at the end of this essay of all of my experiences I've accumulated through other people I've seen have them, and my overall experience with this company has been pretty negative, I'd have to say. You know, I probably will not be changing my stance on them until I see something really radical happen, because this is just, it's really unsatisfactory to me. So, that's my opinion. Thank you for listening and whatnot.